1962 by purposeful, disciplined, revolutionary. This non-Greek brotherhood prides itself on being conscious men of service and collective action, working with all individuals and organizations who are interested in empowering others. Today, the Associate Fellowship has over 60,000 members and 150 chapters. For more information about Groove by Groove, please go to www.groovebygroove.org or send an email to membership@g5g.org. Oh, and by the way, if you know a conscious sister looking for an alternative to the traditional establishment, please refer her to www.swingbyswing.org. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Studio W, the Buzz, your global radio network. We circle this thing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with some of the finest programs you can find anywhere around. So, got a special guest on, but before we go there, I want to welcome my swing sister, Tiffany Hilliard. Hey, Tiffany.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. And my brother, Sergeant, and my fellowman, Clayton Brown.
Good evening, brother. Good evening, sisters. How are you?
Hello. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening. And speaking of sisters, we have a special guest on tonight with us tonight, and she happens to be a swing. And let me give this young lady a proper introduction. Her name is Ms. Lauren R. Crawford. Is a native of Summerville, South Carolina, born to Mr. Robert Crawford Sr. and the late Deborah A. Crawford, affectionately known as the True Golden Child. She's a proud daughter of both Swing and Groove Social Fellowships, a graduate of Summerville High School and the illustrious South Carolina State University. Ms. Crawford earned her bachelor's degree in business administration with a concentration in marketing, laying the foundation for a career rooted in leadership, service, and strategic impact. With over 2 decades of experience in project management and community partnerships, Ms. Crawford is a seasonal professional recognized by her ability to connect vision with action. She is currently employed as a project manager in the public sector. Her commitment to community uplift is reflected in her extensive civic and organizational involvement, including membership at the St. Matthew Baptist Church, where she leads the St. Matthew Community Development Center and Chicora Cherokee Partnership. She is also actively involved in the Summerville Councilman's Ball Committee, Summerville NAACP, National Council of Negro Women, NCNW, and CCSD's Black Educators Affinity Group. Additionally, she serves as a WWHOA board member and is a member of the South Carolina State University Charleston Alumni Chapter. A dedicated service leader, Ms. Crawford is currently serves as president of the Palmetto Graduate Chapter of Swing by Swing Social and Fellowship Incorporated and South Region Strategic Planner for the organization. Her passion for membership inspired the creation of Big Bucks Little Bug Mentoring Program, a dynamic partnership with the Charleston Southern University men's basketball team designed to inspire, guide, and empower young minds. As an entrepreneur at heart, Ms. Crawford is the owner of the March 4th Collection, an online and mobile boutique that curates distinctive pieces for members of Swing by Swing and Groove by Groove fellowships, seamlessly blending culture, style, and purpose. An interesting and fitting fact, Ms. Crawford was born on the only militant day of the year, March 4th, a day that commands action. She also proudly shares her birthday with her illustrious alma mater, the South Carolina State University, a coincidence that perfectly reflects her spirit of legacy, leadership, and Forward Motion. All of her accolades and titles, the one she treasures the most is Bae, BAE, Best Auntie Ever, a title
Mhm.
lovingly bestowed on her by her 11-year-old niece, Raleigh. Lauren, thank you and welcome to the set.
Thank you
Yay.
for having me. Good evening to my group brothers and hola to my wonderful sister that's joining me tonight and the sisters out there in Swingland as well.
Hola.
Yes. Yes. I'm going to ask that you turn up your mic a little bit. Okay, you're soft spoken, but I'm sure based on your resume, you're a powerhouse in the community. So tell us a little bit about you. How did you get started with all of these projects? Now let's go back 1 second. Your dad's a groove and your mom was a swing. And
Yes.
so I see all the paraphernalia, some of the paraphernalia in the background. It looks like there's uh, a gray checker. Let me see if I can enlarge this. Let's do this. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that sweater you have in the back with that G on it. I like that. That hoodie. That is
Mhm.
really nice. That is really nice. I like that.
So
Mhm.
that's
So tell us a
actually
little bit about how.
I was gonna say that's
I'm sorry.
actually a two-piece set that you can see behind me. This is a sweatsuit, and then the groove item at the
Hmm,
bottom, sweater. It's a cardigan.
okay.
And then I have
Oh,
swing stuff
wow.
on
I like.
this side of me.
Oh, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. And put your credentials in the chat in the chat box, and so we can display that for you. Okay. Let's do that.
Okay,
Okay.
I can
So
do that.
anyway, let's get back. How did you get started, and what inspired you? Because it seems like that uh, your acumen in marketing. Where did that start?
So for me, answer your first question because I think you were hinting on my parents being a part of the fellowship. So my dad is
Hmm.
a groove, and my mom is a swing. She pledged at Wilberforce University in 1974. Um, and so all I know is the white and black family. I remember growing up listening to the stories of my mom and her line sisters at Wilberforce. And it piqued my interest, but not piquing it enough to pursue. I didn't become a member until later on in life. Um, but as far as my career is concerned, I did get my bachelor's in business administration with a concentration in marketing. And oddly enough, I wanted to be an executive for Nike. There was a
Mhm.
movie that came out that I enjoyed, and it was called What Women Want,
Mhm.
and it was
Hmm.
about an advertiser who wanted to he was working in marketing trying to create commercials, and he couldn't really grasp what women really wanted until he had something happen to him where he gained the sixth sense. But just the movie alone piqued my interest in the marketing field, and I have a background in retail. So from there, it just stemmed me going to school to get my degree, but I landed in the public sector doing project management. So I took a different path, not the traditional path, to get to where I am. And I'm thankful for the opportunities that I did experience because I think it's created a great hodgepodge of knowledge for me in my career right now. So that's how we got here.
I was saying.
Uh, and so I'm a project manager and I own a business and I love community involvement. My parents were very adamant at a young age that my brother and I were to experience the things that they never experienced before. And their motto was if I help one along the way, then my job here is done. Well, my parents didn't want us to just stop with one person. They wanted us to do as many as we possibly could. So it kept us engaged in community activities, whether it was sports, recreational things, or just community service. I was a Girl Scout
Hmm.
in middle school, elementary and middle school, so service started very early on with me.
Outstanding. 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 Tiffany.
Hello. Hola, my sister. How are you?
Hola, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good. And the fellas, they don't know. The brothers don't know. We was just together not too long ago, and
Yes, I saw you.
yeah, and she came from South Carolina to North Carolina. We had a nice event. It was the brothers regional meeting, and she had her gear out then, and so I can honestly say William and Clayton, that sweatsuit that she has for the brothers is really really fly. Like y'all really really gotta check that out. But to further along here, my question is okay. I understand that you have a background in business. And that's what your degree is in concentration in marketing. What led you to that? Is that like coming from your upbringing? As far as you said, you had started out in Girl Scouts. So did that have a little part to play in it? You know what I'm saying? Because you saw how business was ran and stuff. How did you get to decide like, okay, this is what I want to do?
So, for me, when I got to school, I actually was going to school for physics. I had a full ride to study physics. I
Wow.
enjoyed science. I'm a science kid at
Hmm.
heart.
Wow.
But then when I got to college and I started taking the classes, I was like, this is too hard.
Wow.
And so as a normal teenager in the college world, I just felt like I wanted to try something different. And my parents can say that I have always been the child to take risk. If you
Mm,
tell me the stove is hot, I need to figure it out for myself. So I'm gonna touch it and try it out and see just how hot that stove is. So when I got to school, I started my physics classes and I realized that I did not want to do that. So I switched to business and I got to the business department and took a couple of classes and I was like, okay, this might be where I want to be. And plus I really believe it or not, I might sound soft spoken, but I like to talk. I like to talk to people. Um, I remember getting in trouble at school because I would get good grades, but my report card would say Lauren talks too much. So I
wow.
figured, why not capitalize off of a skill that I have and that I'm really good at.
Mhm,
So I went into marketing and I used my experiences from the part-time jobs that I had and so forth to catapult me to where I am. Um, and so that's where my marketing side came in, gaining the skills that I needed on the preliminary part because I
mhm,
need the educational side to understand the terms that would help me later on uh,
mhm.
in that capacity.
Okay. Question: Are you the second born? Or are you the firstborn?
I'm the oldest.
Okay, okay, okay. Because it's always been said that the second born was like not the worst child, but was worse than the first child. And when you say you always taught in class, I was like, okay, she might have been the second born, but okay.
No, I'm the oldest. I have a younger brother. We are 3 years apart.
Okay.
And I just my parents always empowered us to try things, explore
Mhm,
things, especially my mom because she was an educator. She
mhm,
retired from being an educator for over 40 years and she just employed us to explore the world, but
mhm.
with decency and order. So
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, okay. All right, thank you.
Clayton,
Yes, yes. Good evening. Good evening, William. Good evening, sisters. How are you?
Good.
with thank you.
My
very good.
pleasure meeting you, sister. And first, before we get started, where can I get one of those sweatsuits?
You can get it from the March 4th collection, and fourth is spelled out. Collection is with a K, and I'll put it in the chat for you.
Okay,
Yeah, put
great,
in the
great,
chat. I'm going to minimize this a little bit so we can see the chat. Okay. All right.
fantastic.
Yes. Continue, Clayton.
And I see that throughout your bio, you have covered a lot of things as well. We have some phenomenal sisters that have well educated and well prepared, and it seems like the old adage say, if you always ready, you don't have to get ready, or if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. You look like you've done that all the way from being a Girl Scout. up to a project manager. What kind of projects are you involved in, and what are we looking forward to seeing in the near future?
Well, right now in the groove and swing world, I am planning the Southeast Regional Meeting that is slated to happen in Charleston, South Carolina on April the 10th through the 12th. So we will have all of our sisters from North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and Alabama coming all the way to my wonderful city to explore and just embrace ourselves in the culture and the sisterhood that we love and we know in the white and black family. So that's one initiative I have going on right now. I also have a couple of small projects in my day to day world. I run a mentoring program. It's called Big Buck, Little Buck. It is a partnership between CCSD and Charleston Southern University men's basketball team. And we are wrapping up our 8-week program with our students. And that program is it's designed to help decrease attendance, discipline, and increase morale of our brown and black students that we have.
Wow, fantastic. I
So
don't
that's
have many
out of the many.
questions. Excuse me, go ahead, sister, please.
No, I said that's just two out of the many.
Well, continue. Let us know all about you.
So I can go on. That's no problem.
Please
So
do.
we are
The
getting ready
platform is
for
yours, sister.
nationals. We are getting ready for nationals. So I am working with my team to make sure that we have lovely curated pieces for our swings and our grooves as we prepare to take over Chicago coming up in July.
All
Yes.
right now.
So I hope that you all enjoy yourselves, but also check out all the wonderful vendors that are there. You'll be able to see, especially from me, you'll be able to see some of the things I have behind me and more.
Yes.
Um, and I just look forward to meeting everyone in that capacity. Is always a good time to engulf ourselves in the organizations and see faces that we've never seen before and new faces. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think this is my fourth or fifth nationals. I've lost count, but I'm really looking forward to that. A couple of other projects that I have going on right now. Um, just in the work world, we are launching a couple of initiatives to engage our students in the community. Uh, it's coming up for the Read Across America campaign. So we are looking for men to come and partner with our students so that they can have reading partners and encourage literacy because that's very important. And I'm trying to think what else I have. I'm drawing a blank right
That's
now.
fantastic. We appreciate all that you are doing, and we're looking forward to seeing your work. Hey, Will, what do you
Thank
have?
you.
Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I'm going to order one of those suits. Now, your website that shows your entire collection.
It shows a good bit of
Or,
my collection that's available right now. There are some
okay.
new inventory items that I haven't uploaded. As the sister alluded to earlier, I was out of town with her last weekend. So we have some items that we have not put up yet, but we are getting to it. So that should be updated hopefully later on in the week.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Now, I understand that, well, correct me if I'm wrong, not only for Groove to Swing, but you design paraphernalia for other organizations. Is that correct?
Yes, I do other organizations and other businesses. So if there's a small business
Hmm.
out there that's looking to get some custom items made for their business to uh, I guess, up their para game. I am the go-to person, so feel free to contact me. You can use my website that I posted, and there's an About Me link. You can click contact, and you can reach out to me there with your needs or any questions you have about creating a specialty order with me.
Hmm. Now, Now, are your items embroidered in some cases also?
The majority of my items are embroidered. That's my specialty. A lot of embroidered chenille items. I want to go back to that
Okay.
nostalgic. I'm known for my nostalgic look where it's going back to the early 80s, 70s feel with the collegiate jackets and the heavy patches. Just overall good quality, good feel, good merchandise.
Hmm.
Yes,
Mhm.
like
Hmm.
that.
Now, do you offer like I know you sell your items individually, but how about bulk? Like if a company wanted to order, say maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 items at a time, they could
I
do that
do
as
bulk
well.
orders. Yes, we have several chapters across the U.S. that have acquired my services, and I've provided a lot of bulk items over the years. And that is something that we thrive in doing, and we enjoy the bulk orders because it gives us a chance to not only know the chapters and the individuals, but provide custom items specifically for those chapters. So whatever those chapters get, we try not to duplicate. That's one thing about the March 4th collection. We specialize in boutique style quantities. So once you see something, it's always best to grab it then before it sells out because 9 times out of 10, we won't bring it back. So we do
Mm.
pride ourselves on not only quality, but the uniqueness of giving limited edition items, but timeless pieces at the same time that will carry you through the years and throughout your fashion
And what are
style.
some of right? And so, what are some of the items that you produce?
So I have everything
Cups.
from blazers, sweatsuits,
Oh.
cardigans, two-piece sets, and that's lounge sets. That could be a t-shirt and short set. I have hats. There's a hat right here behind me in the middle here. I don't know if you can see it, but that's a custom, that's a hat, and it's fully embroidered. I do beanies. I have purses, bags, luggage. Uh,
Yes.
I feel like that Shirley Caesar song. I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, you name it. I have it.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
So I have
absolutely.
a
Oh, this
wide
is
range
so
of things.
Mhm.
okay. This is impressive. Now, have with all of your work that you're doing, and I know you have mentorship programs. Have you found, or some of the people that you've mentored, uh, they've gotten interested in the type of work that you do, and have you inspired them to maybe do something like that?
Actually, I actually do not commingle the two. I like to have separation. So the kids that I mentor, they actually don't know what I do. Um,
Hmm.
unless it's someone, that's a family member or something. But I keep those worlds separate. It creates balance for
I see.
me because my business is
Hmm.
a not only is it a business, but it's something I love to do, and I get rejuvenated when I
Hmm.
do it. So I try to keep that space separate from the work world sometimes.
Mhm.
I do
Mhm.
understand. You mentioned something about, and you talk about your mentorship program, and I think that is something that I applaud you for that too, because uh, our young adults they need guidance, and they need a guidance from someone with experience and someone who cares and have a passion for what they do. Um, and what about? Tell us a little bit more. Let's go more into detail about your mentorship program and the types of things. I know you mentioned reading, literacy, and some other things. So, what are some of the things that you try to accomplish when you are mentoring these young adults or young people?
So the first thing is I can't take credit all by myself just for the program. This program was created over 35 years ago at the school that my mom taught at by her principal. And he created it because he wanted
Mhm.
to not only decrease discipline issues, but decrease attendance issues and social emotional issues that our students deal with. So the part of this program was kind of like um, a celebratory moment. If you do well in school, you don't have any disciplinary issues, you don't miss a day, you do your homework, then you get to meet up with your mentor. But if you have any of those
Mhm.
issues happen, unfortunately, you can't participate that week. But the big celebratory moment is at the end of the 8-week period, these students get to go to a celebratory game. to see their basketball player play. And then at halftime, they're acknowledged at half court for all of their accomplishments during that 8 week period. Now, you may ask, why is it an 8 week period? And that is because it provides us enough data to show the changes in our students' morale, behavior, and attendance during that time
Hmm.
frame. So we can
Hmm.
say
Hmm.
in the
And
first
have you
quarter.
seen? No, no, continue, please. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, I was going to say that in the you can see in the data that the first quarter that student A may have had difficulties in these areas, but then in the second quarter, after interaction in that program, you can see the changes in the growth, and the increase. I mean, the decreases in those issues. So um that's part of it. I think your other question was, what are some of the things that we talk about or we do in our program? Well, we talk about
Right.
conflict resolution, how to deal in difficult situations. We also want to get to know our students, so we ask them, what is the peak and the pit of your week? So the peak meaning, what is the high point of your week, and the pit, what is the low point? And then after they tell us these things, we ask them, what could you have done differently to change those outcomes? We
Hmm.
also talk about self esteem and being self aware, because we want our students to have high self esteem. We want them to be aware of themselves and know their capabilities. So we talk
Hmm.
about that, and we also encourage them. And then sometimes our players will pop up during the week to give them an extra boost to their confidence level, to let them know, hey, I see you. And you have somebody outside of the four walls of your school and your home that cares about you. And so it definitely is a morale booster, and it is a great interaction for our students, and they look forward to it. And it creates a level of competition, because the students that weren't selected, unfortunately, they get to see, but they also get to interact, and they're like, hey, can we be in it next time? So it really has a good track record with our students and our schools.
That is outstanding. I think that our students, rather, and young adults and children, they need to be recognized, know that someone's listening to them, and I can understand that. And so, is there a way that you can go back and measure? Say you have this class, this 8 week course that this group has gone through, and can you go back and see any measurable difference in before and after?
Yes. So we actually do an entry survey with the kids, asking them a couple of questions that are grade appropriate. And at the end, we do a survey asking them the same questions again. And you can see a
Hmm.
huge difference in the kids' responses and their ability to be vulnerable and communicate effectively how they feel and what they're going through after the impact of the program.
Hmm. Hmm. Tiffany,
Wow. That's a lot.
lots to
um,
unpack, isn't it?
is and you know, it's something. Let me ask you this question, because you have so much experience in different facets of the things that you do. Has there been anything that you learned from any of the students that you know that you took from the experience that they had?
Great
Well, I will
question.
say that I enjoy the interaction with the students because they keep me current. Um,
Hmm.
as we get older in life, it's important for us to keep people around that are younger than us, to keep us
Hmm.
update with the times. I
Hmm.
still feel like I'm
Hmm.
very young, and I am young, but it's always helpful to have some younger minds around to tell you the things that you may miss, or what's hot in this time frame for them, so
Hmm.
you can understand and be relatable to them, because when they see us, they think that we are just some ancient creatures, no matter how young we look.
Hmm.
So you have to find a way to relate to them, so that way there's a level of comfort with
Hmm.
them, so they feel comfortable talking to you or coming to you if something is wrong.
Okay.
Um, I also think that our kids these days are fearless,
Hmm.
and I think that we should employ them and empower them to use their fearlessness for good, um, in a way that it has an impact, that that is lasting for them in a positive way.
Of course.
Mhm.
Of course. One of the other questions that I have for you is what has been one of the biggest challenges for you personally and also business wise that you don't mind sharing?
So personally, I will say that, and I'm being candid and transparent,
Mhm,
that it is difficult being a Black woman in leadership.
mhm,
Um, it is difficult being a Black business owner,
mhm,
but there are people in our communities that make this work easier based upon their support, whether it's a phone call, a text message, or meeting you at an event just because they know that you're in town and they want to come and love on you or
mhm,
support you. So I think those are the things that drive me, and it makes the world a little bit easier.
mhm,
When it comes to business, I will say that it is important to vote
mhm,
because as a small business owner, a lot of provisions have been in place that have a lot of new provisions have been put in place that makes it harder for us to be in business.
mhm,
A lot of people don't know that it's a lot of work owning a small business. And when you are looking for supplies and you want to make sure that you're being ethical with your products and providing great products for your fellowships and other organizations, it's a lot of work, a lot of research and stuff that
mhm.
goes into this. But it's also important that we have the right people in our government offices to make decisions that's for everyone, so that we're able to supply and provide good services.
Awesome. Yeah, I totally understand where you are coming from. Um, Even though I don't own a business, but I can understand the importance of having the right people in the right positions to help further your local um, economies and so forth. So it's very important because it's all a domino effect, where it starts from the top on down, it affects everyone. And so I definitely agree that, people vote for the better interests of your local establishments, you know what I mean? Because it doesn't make sense to support all these big businesses when you have these local places right here in town that you can do business with and or service with, because it's all about, we talk about community, and this is so beautiful, honestly, that we're having this conversation because for one, and for those that don't know, rest in peace to Jesse Jackson, he passed away. And so what I wanted to say was, it's a beautiful moment that we're having this conversation is because for one, it's Black History Month. For two, you talked about
Mhm.
how hard it is as a Black woman to be in leadership. And so I'm just highlighting what we have discussed so far. And we talked about, the importance of having the right people in the right positions and the fact that grooves and swings, we're all about community or community service. You know what I'm saying? And so it's very important, you guys, for all of us to help serve, or to, even if we can't, we might not have the funds at that moment, put the information out, share the information.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
will put up a post real quick of like, hey, go to this, March 4th collection website, show your local support because you never know who knows who or who knows what, you know what I mean? So I'm so glad that we're having this conversation. I asked you what was one of your biggest challenges. My other part two to that question is, so far, because I know you still have more life to give and live. But up until this point, what has been one of the highest accomplishments that you received personally and also in the business world?
Wow, that's a good question. Um, if I'm thinking, I have a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I think the first one would be in my family, on my dad's side of the family. I am the first person, the first college graduate.
Okay.
I am the first person to reach a certain milestone in my professional career
Mm-hmm.
on his side of the family. So I think that's the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing for me is being able to be a part of a sisterhood that
Mm-hmm.
is just more than a name.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It's the sisters that I never had, the
Mm-hmm.
sisters that I never knew that I needed, and
Mm-hmm.
also being a legacy because it it really had an impact on my mom to know that I wanted to be a part of the sisterhood. And I will say that swing came to me when I least expected it. So I was in a very high profile position in my community. I was working on the now International African American Museum here in Charleston, South Carolina, that has been open for a couple of years. And I was the only project manager, the only employee working for the museum alongside of longtime Charleston Mayor, Mayor Joe Riley. And I remember having a couple of significant events, and I needed volunteers, and the individuals that I had slated to come and support me weren't able to participate. And so I called my mom, just devastated and trying to figure out, how am I going to make this work because I need volunteers for this particular event.
Mm-hmm.
And that event was Ken Burns was coming to Charleston to talk about his new documentary. Ken Burns and Skip Gates. And I called her and I said, "Hey girl," and that's my term of endearment for her. "Hey girl, I need to talk to you." I remember saying to her, "Hey, I need to talk to you. I got something going on." And she was like, "Yeah, what's going on?" And I told her, and in the midst of me explaining this to her, she said, "I'm gonna call you back." And I'm like, "What you mean you gonna call me back? I need to talk right now, right?"
Mm-hmm.
I'm desperate. I'm trying to figure out, like, my job is on the line. And she was like, "I'll call you back." And lo and behold, an hour later, she called me back and she said, "Well, how many volunteers you need?" I said, "Well, I need at least 6 to 8 right now." And she said, "Don't worry about it. I got 8." And I said, "Well, where did you get 8 from?" She said, "My swing sisters coming. I put out a call to them and they said, 'We'll be there, Deb. Say nothing less.'" So lo and behold, she said, "I got 8 for you." Then she said, "I'll call you back." And I'm like, "Why you got to keep calling me back?" So she said, she solidified the ladies coming and she said, "We'll be there in our white and black. You'll know that we're there. We'll have on our white shirts with our swing pins on and our blazers. We'll be there." And sure enough, those ladies showed up and they showed out, and everyone that came in that facility loved those swing sisters
Mm-hmm.
so much that the mayor invited them to come to his chamber to be acknowledged for their
Right.
service. So that was one time
Amazing.
that swing had an impact for me. And then another time, still in the same capacity, I was responsible for, we were doing a capital campaign for the museum, and I had to mail out 2,000 letters and they needed to go out immediately. So I called her and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be working late. I don't think I'm gonna be out this weekend because I got to get these letters out." And I'm just talking to her, just, venting like kids do to their parents.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "I'm gonna call you back." And I'm like, this is what we do in these moments. I'm gonna call you back. I'm like, "Mom, I need to talk." She's like, "I'll call you back." And again, within an hour or two, she called me back and she said, "Hey, I got 5 sisters. We can all come on Saturday morning and help you get those letters out." And this was Thursday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So I said, "Okay, if y'all come, then I'll have lunch and snacks for you all." And they showed up bright and early, and we got to packing those letters and getting them out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a time, and I said, these ladies did not know me other than knowing me through my mom.
Right.
And they showed up for me when they didn't have to. And
Mm-hmm.
it made me understand more what our motto means: supporting women in need of growth.
Mm-hmm.
And in that moment, those sisters supported me while I was growing. So I am forever grateful to that. And that actually, it gave me an even better sense of sisterhood. I already knew what sisterhood was, but this right here just let me know that swing was like no other organization that I had heard of, because when in doubt, those swings will show out and they're going to show up for you. So I am forever indebted to those sisters for their support when they didn't have to support me. They were there. So I'm forever grateful to those ladies.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yes. Hola to them.
That's right.
To them.
Swings. Our sisters are absolutely wonderful. And let me just share this with you, Lauren. Um, the reason why we're doing this program right now, and the reason why this is episode 107, 107, our 107th episode, and it's because your swing sister Rock and I. I'm gonna hurry this up. I started a program called Groove Talk Radio, along with Tia Van Meter. He's another panelist. He can't be here tonight, and a few other brothers, Robert Dillon Brown, all grooves. And we started a program called Groove Talk Radio back about, I want to say maybe 6 or 7 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. And it was mostly local, regional type program. And after COVID, we had to shut it down. And then in 2021, I moved back here. And I wanted to start the program back up, but didn't know exactly how I was going to do it. And I was featured in a Southern Soul magazine because we were on 24 hours a day, music, talk, sports, comedy, entertainment, and a lot. And I had my groove gear on. I was on not the cover, but I was on the inside cover of this magazine. And Rock reached out to me, or the Raleigh grad acknowledged me. So I said, wow. And so I called, got in contact with them, and I was going to have the Raleigh grad chapter to come on one of my other programs. And after talking to Rock for a little bit, I said, we decided to come up with a new program combining grooves and swings. And instead of it being local and or regional, we decided to make this a national and a worldwide program to connect the dots with grooves and swings around the world. And so that's how you're here. And I want to say publicly again, Rock, without you, this program would not be what it is. She is just outstanding, just outstanding. So now, hey, I don't know whether you know this brother or not. To your bottom, is that your bottom left, bottom right? Robert Hicks, Solomon
Yes,
Robert Hicks.
Robert, how could I not know him? Him and my dad have the same name.
Absolutely. Hi, thank you. Sister Crawford, thank you for being on the show this evening. And you might have seen already an order that just came in. I
did. I've seen a couple, so thank y'all so much for supporting.
Absolutely. And people, if you get the opportunity, go to www.March4th Collection. That's collection with a K.com. Go there right now. See the gear for grooves, for swings. If you know of a groove, you know of your swing, you know that you love them very much. You want to get them some gear for them, go to the website, check it out.
Yeah.
And we're always waiting for the next new items that come. Actually, I did purchase from in the past. I did have a bow tie and a square that I do remember from one of the conventions, the concerts that we have. So definitely check it out. And
I remember you getting that. You got that from me in Miami, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, indeed. I still have that. Today. I'm not letting that one go. So some people come up to me and say, "Oh man, that's nice." No, you gotta get your own. And
absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go shopping myself. I see what I want. That suit in the back there, I can see that. I see that right now. So
yeah, absolutely.
Another order coming in.
Oh, that's nice. That is nice.
Oh yes.
Probably might have already had talking about your vending and everything of that nature. But I would say, have you thought about maybe some new items that you're coming up with, some new designs? If you would like to explain what new items are coming through March 4th collection.
Well, I will say that well, I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. I want to keep the suspense going until y'all see me in Chicago. But I will tell you that you all know that I am known for my cardigans and my sets. So we will have new cardigans for both groove and swing. And then we'll have some new sets as well. When I say sets, I mean a top and a bottom, so that way you don't have to worry about what else you're putting on. So we will have that, and probably a good bit of accessories, little collector pieces that you can get whether you need to give gifts, because I know some people when they come to the convention they buy gifts for new members or old members for celebratory moments. So I'll have a lot of little items too that you can grab to pack in your suitcase.
Okay.
Fantastic. Definitely looking
But I do
forward.
take requests. So if there's something out there that you think that March 4th collection can create for you, shoot me an email, inbox me, and I'll try to accommodate you.
Hmm.
Oh, thank
All
you.
I've got a
right.
message to the panel. Speaking of March 4th, I've got a message for the panel. My birthday is March 8th. Hint, you know, so you, you
Pisces.
can go.
I forgot it. I
Got me
forgot
going
that
in.
date
I think
already.
I could probably get you a bow tie with a square, probably for your suit and something of that nature.
You can.
Oh man.
Can. And you know what? Because your birthday is 4 days after mine, I'm going to send you something as a birthday gift. So happy birthday from one Pisces to
Oh
another.
wow.
Oh,
Oh.
I
Oh
know,
wow.
right?
Oh man.
That's beautiful.
So
yeah.
you
And,
make
He's
sure that
not
Hey,
I
thank
special.
make
you so
sure you
much.
and you
text
discount
your
for
information
Aries people?
and I'll drop it out to you.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
oh man. Oh man.
He's not
Okay.
that special.
Is he
Outstanding.
speechless?
Yeah, yeah, yes, I am. Yeah, Lee, look, Clay, this is between Lauren and I, so you stay out of this, okay? Not unless you want to order something, okay, for me, okay? Robert, do you have any questions or anything else for Lauren?
Let's see. Now, you probably might have maybe gave a little bit of your background, and what would you say? Let's say, for instance, like, and probably you might have asked already about upbringing, about where you're originally from, and how you came to where you are today.
So I am originally from a small town called Summerville, South Carolina. It is known as the birthplace of sweet tea.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
and
Nice.
I currently reside in Summerville, not far from where I grew up. And what was your second question?
I guess pretty much the idea is where you're originally from, and say, for instance, the I think you were probably also mentioning about the school you attended and everything of that nature already.
Yes, so I am a proud alumni of the only HBCU that matters,
Oh
the
Lord.
Uh-oh.
illustrious South Carolina State University MEAC champs. Go Bulldogs!
Uh-uh. Oh no. No.
Oh
You
boy.
gotta,
Oh,
you
You,
gotta love it.
oh, no, definitely. We love all HBCUs, and everybody has their specific ones that they definitely enjoy. I love all of them because a lot of smart people come from these very HBCUs, and we definitely need to protect each and every one of them and support each and every one of
absolutely.
Yes,
these days and
yes.
times.
Great point.
Yeah, and speaking of, yeah, and especially, well, uh, all throughout the year, because we do programs on Black history and HBCUs.
Mhm.
Look, we needed them then, and we definitely need them now. I have
Yes.
a question before I toss it over to Clayton. Uh, you mentioned there's a lot of things that you do. What do you do? What capacity do you serve? I know you with the NAACP. What capacity do you serve with the NAACP?
I am just a general member. That is it, sir. But I'm very active in our community engagement activities. I think my favorite event that we do for our chapter is we participate in the Steve Harvey turkey giveaway every Thanksgiving,
Hmm.
and we give out over 400 turkeys to our community. So that
Mm.
Oh
is
boy.
an awesome way way for us to get out there and build community. I think my sister Tiffany said earlier it's important that we create community and maintain our communities. And this is one of
Hmm.
the initiatives that I love the most because it puts us front and center with our community and lets them know that hey, the NAACP is here for you, and
Mhm.
Hmm.
we see you, we support you, and we do more than educate individuals on voting rights and discrimination issues. We also get out there and we work our community.
Mhm.
Hmm. Hmm. Right, right, and that was one of my questions about voting rights and stuff like that. So I suppose that, and I would guess that you guys push out that initiative, pushing out the information about where to vote, how to register, and now and at what ages do you guys do that? I mean, is it uh, young people or a voting age and on up, and how do you go about doing that?
So it's voting age and up, and we periodically have voting registration drives throughout the year at our various events that we have. So there's a lot of opportunities for our community members to get engaged and to get registered for voting. We also,
Hmm.
outside of the NAACP, we have the Councilman's Ball Committee, which also helps individuals get to the voting polls. So if you don't have a ride or you need help with transportation or you
Okay.
don't understand what or who is on the ballot, we help provide some guidance and explanation and rides to the polls. We want everyone to get out there and vote because people win elections by what? One vote.
Mhm.
One vote. Outstanding, outstanding. Clayton.
Yes, I don't have any additional questions at this time, but I want to let you know, Sister Lauren, that you have been doing a fantastic job. And I pray that you continue to have the strength to keep on going and to see all of the things that you're doing coming to fruition. Much success to you and great job, sister. We appreciate you. And I
Thank-
will be ordering some things from you. Okay?
Okay.
And if you need anybody to draw up a design for you, I am a multimedia design artist. So please hit me up as well.
Okay. Thank you so much. I will keep that in mind. And can
Oh,
I also say that I know that this is Black History Month.
Mhm.
And I want to personally encourage everyone out there that if you do nothing else this month, if you don't post a fact, if you don't attend an event, at least support one Black business.
Mhm.
Because with your
Hmm.
support, it helps that Black business stay in business. And to my
Hmm.
brothers and sisters of the organization, I want to personally encourage you to support our vendors, our approved vendors, when you look for your para opportunities and options. It's
Mhm.
important that we keep our foundation tight.
Awesome.
That's well said. Because we need to keep our money in our community longer than we are doing right now. And like Tiffany brought up earlier, we go out, we support all these large companies, these major corporations that really don't give back, to us. And so, uh, look, and I'm going to just sort of echo what you were saying, and maybe a little bit differently. But guys, we got to get out there and support ourselves. We have to do
Mhm.
that. That's how we can keep the wealth in our area, and also it could help with employment in
Mhm.
our communities. So, okay,
Mhm.
Tiffany.
I'm really tapped out. I'm just, excited. I'm looking forward to Chicago. I'm gonna get me something before then because got to go out there in style. But yes, I am so happy that we was able to have you here on tonight and that we had this conversation, that people got to know you a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Continue to do what you're doing, of course. And as always, hola to you.
Ola,
Mhm.
my sister, thank
I
you
have,
so much.
yeah, Lauren. I have a. Let's do this. What is it that you would like to share with us that we didn't ask?
I'm trying to think. I think we covered a lot. Y'all asked some really good questions tonight. A lot of them I wasn't expecting, but they were really good questions. So I'm trying to think, I'm speechless. I really don't shop March 4th collection.
Yay.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's up on the screen, folks, and
Celebrate
that's
our birthday.
March 4th. Spell it out. March, March, 4th, FOURTHKOLLECTION.com. March 4th collection. Get in contact with her. I can see the work right now. And see, we have people also that's listening via the app. And also, guys, download that app. That's StudioW.buzz. Studio W. That's Apple and also Google. If you have an Android device, go to Studio W. Apple Studio W. The website is studiow.buzz. We're available on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook Live. Oh, and Alexa. Robert, any final thoughts?
I'll say one thing as I'm typing on here that everybody, you can also follow March 4th Collection on Instagram. The handle is at March 4th Collection as well. So you can take a look at all the various different designs and nice sweatsuits, the hoodies, everything, even ugly sweaters as well. Everything that you can possibly see. You can also follow on Instagram. I'll put it up here as well.
And Facebook. Same
and
name.
Facebook. And Facebook is
Okay.
the same handle as well.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
And there
Follow
was someone who go on, Robert. Cheryl Hamilton. Is she a swing?
She's
This
not.
is what she says.
That is actually one of our family friends, and very near and dear mentor for me. So
Yeah. She says Lauren is a wonderful example of extraordinary positive achievements by a lovely young lady. And I have to agree. So, Tiffany, any final words? We have 2 minutes.
Actually, I just thought about it. Your birthday. It was earlier, it was said something along the lines of, I don't know, something was founded on your birthday, or is it the school, or what is it?
So the
It was the
interesting
most militant.
is March 4th. It's the only militant day of the year where you're actually told to do something, March 4th.
Okay.
And then I also share my birthday with my illustrious alma mater, South Carolina State University. It was created on March 4th.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That Black history right there. That's what I'm talking about right there. Black history and its legacy as well. Too.
It
I
is.
said it.
I'm
I was
gonna
saying
always
it. I was saying
cry
it.
for my Bulldogs because we share more than most people. We share a date, a very sacred date. So
Awesome.
You know, and
Thank
I'm gonna share. I'm gonna say this. Any young lady that's listening to this program right now, check out Swing5Swing. Is that swing5swing.org? Swing5swing.org.
yes.
And if you're looking to, just get together with a powerful organization that's doing things for the community, especially if you're community oriented, check out swing5swing.org, and also groove5groove.org. Check us out, because I know my brother Clayton, he's involved in community development. He does a lot of things around his university. That's Virginia State University. They go up and they do a lot of different things. And my job here is to make sure that we can spread the word around the world. Sister, thank you so much for coming on and agreeing to come on. I'm sure you'll be back again. I'll put in my order. And guys, don't forget to put in your order for me. All right. Don't, March 8th. Okay. Don't forget that. All right. So thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much, my sister Lauren, for coming on.
Mm-hmm.
It is outstanding. Again, ladies and gentlemen, another episode of Groove Swing Speaks right here on the Buzz. Next week will be episode 108. Enjoy your evening. Groove by Groove is an international nonprofit organization dedicated to community service.
and mentoring and heightening community and cultural awareness. Founded at Morgan State College in 1962,